Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome back to Satterwhite Live.
Thursday.
May 26th. I'm
Finally
Blake.
got some May weather.
Yeah, it is beautiful outside, 72 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a rough first half of May. It was hot.
It was summertime already.
It was. It's not supposed to be that hot in May. So
No.
we are back today. I'm Blake Linton with Josh Thomas. We are here to talk about the buzz in the sawmill.
Well, we just took the beautiful weather and the opportunity to walk around and just video the goings on of a sawmill, you know?
Absolutely. Josh, speak to them about our statement of beliefs, and then we'll dive right in.
Absolutely. We at Satterwhite Log Homes are Christians. We're not ashamed of our faith. We kneel to God only and no man. We love America. We stand proudly for the pledge and for our national anthem. We're proud of our flag, our military, our law enforcement, and our first responders. We revere our founding fathers and their Constitution, and we'll fight to the death for our families, for our country, and for our God.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So yesterday afternoon, I woke Josh up from a nap, and we went around the sawmill and just kind of showing you what's going on. How many products do you think? I mean, some products we purchase and then resell, but a lot of them we produce ourselves.
Yeah, and that's helped us over the past couple of years.
Absolutely.
At least keep a handle on cost. Now supply has been tough.
Supply's tough, but like you said, with producing some of our stuff ourselves, we can help to keep the cost down. I'd say we probably produce around 100 different.
At least. At least that.
I'm just throwing some numbers out there, but I'd say about 100.
I mean, because we've got all these different styles, all these different sizes, all the different species that we can run into all of those things.
Right.
It's almost like you're trying to do math in your head on what all we can do.
It's a bunch. So, Danny, we want to go ahead and get that video rolling and kind of show them what's going on. Look at that.
So that's where it all starts.
That's it.
Well, kind of the second step. Trees are here.
Trees are delivered, set up on, that's what we call a log deck. Then they are loaded onto the chain, and these are headed towards the select sawmill.
That saw is not running yet, you can see.
That's what we call our select saw. That saw will cut about 40 foot long, 30 inches wide.
Yeah, just some shots of the cab, of the carriage that it runs on. Moving materials that's come off the chain to the next chain to be sawed into something else.
There's always movement around there in the back. There's some scrap going to the chipper. Now, we don't.
This stuff isn't wasted.
No, that's what
especially in Utah, in our major chipping operation or our major milling operation, we chip it and send all kinds of byproducts to local poultry for bedding and whatnot.
Right, for turkey bedding. And we also sell gardening mulch out of our Longview office.
Yeah, we're certified for playground mulch here in Longview.
Yep, we're IPMA certified. So this is just that's our edger. So board goes in there 10, 12, 14 inches wide and spits out whatever dimension that we
it's preset to given widths, and we can just run them through and edge them up, make them look good.
That's the exhaust of our chipper. As you can see, we've got plenty of mulch for you guys to come purchase if you'd like.
Just moving material around, pulling for orders, pulling for production, going down to the saw.
We're just kind of pulling the curtain back for you guys.
It's just really, you drive down the highway even here, and you can't tell at what's all going on in the back.
Right. There's a lot of acreage back there with a lot of machinery.
Hey, don't put your hand in there, Blake.
No, that is
I think that goes without saying.
That's a 1956 Yates Planer. That planer can be set up to run just a myriad of different shapes and sizes.
House logs, 1x, all kinds of stuff.
Decking, all kinds of stuff. So it's an old machine, but it does have replaceable wear surfaces, so it stays in tip-top shape. There are the guys banding some material up once they get ready for an order.
Yeah, sucking it up tight, keeping it nice, is perfect.
There's some decking.
That's come off the planer.
That's off that Yates
That's a
planer.
product that it'll make.
That looks like some 1.25 by 8. There's some round stock. That's made by a machine we have called the Pendu.
I bet that's going to be made into spindles.
Right, here we go. There's a spindle, and we're going to tenonize it. Tenonizing is putting that point on the end.
Basically like a giant pencil sharpener.
That's right. It is.
Goes in, clamps it down tight.
That is such a cool machine.
That's super cool.
And we can do 3-inch, 5-inch, and 7-inch on that machine right there.
Yep. So we can pre-make these spindles for you. Now, we don't drill the holes that accept them,
Right.
but we can make those for you.
Some native cedar, it looks like.
Yeah, edge slabs.
Okay, this is how we take the bark off these cedar and cypress trees. That looks like a cypress tree order that the customer wanted the bark peeled off of it. Pressure washer is the easiest way to do it.
That's a good job to have in August.
Yeah, it is. All right, that's a tough job right there, doing the draw kniffing. There's an art to that, that's for sure.
Yeah, so they'll take either the stuff that's come out of the Pindu, that stuff that we were just showing on the tendonizing machine, or tree stock, and basically just peeling the outside down to give it a more hand-finished look.
And it's a unique look because it's not done by a machine.
Yeah.
You know, we do it all by hand. Josh and I are definitely not experts at this, as you can tell.
We signed those pieces that we did, so
Yeah.
those are available for purchase.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of an upcharge due to autograph stuff. So,
Byproducts, that just shows you the amount of peeling and foot adds and hand-hewn
Right.
options that these guys do.
this is our dovetailing bay. Josh is very well versed in the dovetailing. That's just a dovetail jig that we lock up on the logs and use a chainsaw to cut that dovetail. Isn't it amazing how smooth of a cut you can get when you
Oh, yeah.
capture the blade of a chainsaw? So
Right, right.
this is all done per order.
I'm just glad I got the chainsaw to start in just a few strokes. If I sat there and jerked on it for a minute, I'd feel like an idiot.
Yeah, we didn't. It's obvious we didn't edit that out. So.
Well, it's real.
Well,
It's real
and
life.
that's what we're trying to do. And those guides on that chainsaw bar fit in those on that jig, and it just really makes a smooth cut.
It's almost idiot-proof. If I can run it, it's almost idiot-proof.
You said it, I didn't, but. Looking good. Your top cut, and you're done on that log. How long does it take you to do a complete order, Josh? Now, of course, it depends on the size of the house.
Depends on the size of the
Average
house.
size house, you're looking at probably an 8-hour day, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you at least a full day's to put all those cuts, because it's not just cutting. You're not just doing every piece. There's a lot of figuring for your windows, doors, links. You got to be.
You got to label them.
You got to label them. They got to be right.
Yeah.
Put them all back together.
That's the guys outside loading up a truck for delivery.
It's just crazy that, you know, we started this video at the trees in the deck, and to the point where we've done all this different stuff to it, depending on how the case is, you know,
Yeah.
and it's loaded in the truck and it's going to go out the door.
Well, I'd like to say we know what we're doing.
We act like it. We fake it.
Yeah, fake it till you make it, that's for sure. Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. That was just kind of a behind-the-scenes look at the sawmill. As we always say, we've got some exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah, you see us all the time. You know, we're the pretty faces, obviously. But
Right.
there's so many people here that work so hard every day to make all these products work. And
Absolutely.
we're just so lucky to have them all, and we definitely appreciate them, even if we don't always tell them. We try to tell them.
We try to tell them, but we do appreciate their work. And we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next week.